Yeah. Are you ready? Okay. So welcome everybody. We are here to talk about our project Caliopen. It's about merely privacy index metrics in digital communication. I am Emeric.
And I am Stan.
Okay.
We have to speak with one microphone for both, so it will be something.
Okay, thank you. So we are for privacy indexes. What is privacy? You know all what is privacy. But in digital communication, I think that we lost all of our privacy. So Caliopen is a project, is a product to bring back to users their privacy. We will describe how we want to make this possible. Ça marche comment? Ah. Okay. Caliopen handle of private exchange. Today is not about email. When we communicate, it's about multi-protocols. It can be Skype, it can be Twitter, direct message, it can be Facebook Messenger, lot of. And some are oriented for privacy, like Signal, Telegram, for end-to-end encryption and guarantees that people get their privacy and communication are only between users. But we don't speak about protocols. We want to speak about contents, about who discuss with whom. It's not, when we speak with Twitter or Facebook, it's not only protocols, it's about people speaking together. So Caliopen is discussion oriented, it's not protocol. We want to gather all communication between same people on the same place, on the same discussions. Protocols matter only for privacy measurements. It's about, depending on protocol used, we have not the same privacy. And so Caliopen will try to have to compute that privacy based on protocols, but not only protocols. It's about all those other things that interact between people communicating. Je vais un peu vite.
So, privacy index is nothing new. Maybe I'm an old geezer. We say vieux schnock in France. But I was used to be able to know when something is private or not. When I send a letter and I put it in an envelope, I seal the envelope, and I know that no one else than the recipient can read it. And if I send a postcard and I write on my postcard my address and the code to enter to my home, and I say, you can find the key just on the right of my door, I know that it's not private and that everybody can read the postcard and see what's on it. So it's easy for me it was easy for me to know when something is private and when it's not private. And the problem is, it should be the same on the internet. We should be able to see easily when something is private and when it's not private. But it seems that it's not really the case. We are losing the control of our mailbox over our communication. We don't know exactly what's happened and what's going on. So we need to have some matrix or something just to see that something is private or less and more private. And this is the other issue, that we can say on the internet that something is private or it's not private. Something, it's a level of privacy, the shades of privacy. And we need to see that, to feel it, and to be able to have something as easy than in the real life, with letter, with paper, with envelope. So we need to recreate in digital age what was easy to understand in the paper age.
Okay, but the fact is the internet was not designed for that purpose. When it was built, it's about telnet, FTP, communications are in clear text on the wire, and also SMTP with multiple relay, multiple hop is not secure. There is not privacy. It's clear text over the internet. And starting at 95, SSH appears, also TLS at the time, but it's not for users. TLS was, SSL on TLS was built to guarantee bank transactions over the internet to permit to have the card number to not be in clear on the wire. It's normal. We want to have this credit card number visible by all administrators, by all people that can be that can see the flows on internet. It's a problem. So now, in this century, we began to have new protocols, new securization possibilities, but as I said, it's disparate. It's multi-protocols. It's many things that you have many ways to communicate with each other. Today, email can be secured. For me, I'm a technical guy. I know how I can secure my emails, but not all my communications. Only the body, the content of the message can be encrypted. Metadata still exists and can be taped by governments or other peoples. It's a real problem. It's a real problem for privacy. We can know who speak with whom. We have metadata give a lot of information, maybe more than for the content itself. That's it can be a short message with no interest, but metadata is really important, and we have to find a way. Emails still have this problem. Darkmail Alliance try to find a way to evolve SMTP protocols to make it more secure and leak less metadata. Other protocols acting end-to-end encryptions want to hide much metadata as possible. That's where we are. But is it enough? Is it complete? No, it's not. Because multi-protocols, multi-things, and how can we do that? So many tools you use are not secure at all. Facebook's Messenger, Twitter direct message are not. We can use a bit of PGP in these protocols, but who protects this kind of things? I think no one. See? Someone use PGP in Facebook? No? Yeah?
Yeah, well.
Oh, only one. Okay, that's fine. But you can't use it on your smartphone. The PGP is only available on your browser side with Facebook. When you enable PGP, you can't use it anymore. It's a problem because our usage is also with other devices, with other practice. So we have to find a way to show how it's secure or not. But as I say, metadata is important because it exposes all our social graph. We speak about social networks. So we have a lot of friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on others, diaspora or other tools like this. It's important. We have to interact with people we know, for professional, for personal reasons. But it's really a problem because it's not a technical port. It's not about the protocols himself. It's about who speaks with whom. And when I am a user securing myself on my emails, maybe I will speak with other peoples, and peoples are on GAFA provider like Google, Facebook, or others. And it's really important because I can get all my interest to get a privacy, but my contact won't have. So it's not okay. We lose a part of the privacy. It's important to get this interest in about social graph.
So, digital age encloses the act of communicating into technical black boxes, making very difficult for us to understand what's underlying. What we want to do with Caliopen and with the privacy index is to make privacy visible again. That's our main goal. Make privacy visible again. We need to find how we can, and when I say we, I speak as a community of developers, we need to find how to make privacy visible again and to build user interface that always show what level of privacy you are in with the person you're communicating with, or when you send this kind of message with this kind of channel. And this way, we don't want to guilt the user and to make them responsible, something like this, of doing bad action by sending message with low privacy level over insecure channel. We just want to show how the privacy is to give the desire for the user to improve their privacy index and to change their behavior and to change the way they communicate and to ask for tools for the platforms they use to be more informational about what is the privacy, what is the protocol underlying, what's happening, and to have tools that can be easy to use as the envelope and the later in the envelope is. So that's real the challenge we want to bring on the table with Caliopen, because we are at an early stage of the process of building this privacy index and this user interface, but we have started the process, and we want to build this kind of user interface that can make the privacy again visible.
So it's about privacy indexes, and I'll speak about a mailbox, but it's only a way to communicate. And like it's what said before, you can drop emails. People still using emails. My bank communicate with me using emails. Other friends, it's a asynchronous process, and we can drop it so easily. But the email, it's technically easy to get measurement for the privacy. How secure was it? It's which really was used was secure protocol used on the end termination of the connection, the network communication. The content also, is it PGP or some things? Is it all metadata was leaked? A practice in PGP, for example, is not to set a subject on the email that is related with the content, because you will leak metadata, will leak a part of the message you want to deliver privately. It's not okay, but it's only the technical parts, and there is the other aspect. Like I said, the social graph is important. So privacy is not only technical, it's about other dimensions. It's like social, it's like Stan said, behavioral. During the time, how I use my communication tools. Do I still want to have a privacy and continue to use strictly PGP or others encryption tools, but there is also an important part, like we said before, is about the contextual usage of our communication, where we use the communication tools. Is it at home? Is it at work? Is it in a public place? Or in the tube? Or in the bus, the metro? Okay, it's not this part of usage is really important because because it's a really it's a new usage. Smartphone bring us a new type of usage, but before it was desktop at home, at work. After it was laptop, we can bring here. And now also smartphone is important. Device is also an important part of the analysis.
Yeah, so the device case. As Shamal said, we think as a developer on the Caliopen project and working on the privacy index, we think that we can easily build some metrics for the technical point of view. Measure how the protocol was, how secure it was, what was the ops on the email, the header was enclosed or not, etc. etc. It's not easy, very easy, but it's not very difficult to assess this. But there are a lot of other issues and information to take account to try to build a privacy index. Take, for example, the device I'm using. Is it a smartphone? Is it a laptop? It can influence the privacy index. But what kind of smartphone is it? Is it an Android? Is it an iPhone? It influences the privacy index. And what is the connection? Is it a GSM connection or is it a Wi-Fi? Is it a public Wi-Fi or is it a private Wi-Fi? Is it a Wi-Fi in Tunisia? Agréé par l'État. Means state enforced. Yeah, it's okay. I'm the state of Tunisia and I say this Wi-Fi is okay. No. So we need to take account of all this kind of contextual and behavioral information to build the privacy index. So what we want to say today is that we as developers we need to take account the privacy index and try to calculate it on a technical point of view. But we as developers need also to work with psychologists, sociologists, a lot of other UX designer, a lot of other competencies to help us to bring all the use cases that build the privacy index and to try to find how we can take account of all the contextual and not only the technical one. And so the challenge is that it would be great if we can build software that could prevent me or help me to exchange important message over poor privacy channels or with correspondents that have poor privacy index. Again, it's not the aim is not to be guilty, but just to help user to make the right choice in the right situation with the right context for the right message. And because today in digital age, it's very, very tough to do this choice because we don't know. So we need this kind of software. And that's what we are trying to do with Caliopen.
So it's about displaying a flag. Monkey see, monkey do. What it's about? It's like Stan said, it's the envelope over the letter. It's Caliopen will show a privacy index with informations about technical, behavioral, other dimensions about the communication privacy considerations. And this information will be available for each element in Caliopen. A message have a privacy. A contact have a privacy also. But also the users using Caliopen have its own privacy index. And in an ideal world, users on Caliopen can be able to see other user privacy index and know, oh, I can communicate with these other users in a privacy manner. It's about all of that. The time is up, so I have to to stop. And it's an effort. You have. Okay. We want to bring a community to get privacy back to all users, not technical guys that we are. We are able to encrypt communication like this. So now we have to bring back to all users their privacy. Caliopen have to be simple tools to make possible to see how private is all of our communications. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you again, and just join us because this is a call of participation. Excuse me. We are here for the first presentation of Caliopen and Privacy Index. So this is really a work in progress. We are at the beginning of the process. We are a whole team on this, and we hopefully come next year to show you what we have done in 1 year. But we need help from other developers and not only developers. Thank you.
We have 2 minutes for questions. Any questions in the room?
I really like lean startup, and I think we should think about lean free software to help us to ship products faster. And so I have one quick question. What is the MVP, the minimum viable product of Caliopen? So when can it be usable with the minimum set of functionalities?
We have a 2 years project now with a.
Repeat the question. L'enregistrement.
Okay. What is the MVP for Caliopen? Okay, so we have an alpha product for October of this year. It's a 2 years project actually with UPMC, University Paul and Marie Curie, and Quant on Gandinet where we are working. Voilà. And it will be a alpha release for make user testing, how they will be able to take this product.
So the MVP will be a platform to exchange email. Basically, the first will be on email, and with how we can show privacy index on the interface. But we don't know really if we will be able to calculate some privacy index this October.
That's fine, MVP.
Yeah.
It's an event client.
Yeah.
To me, the idea of an index that shows privacy seems to be very biased on, for example, saying now, okay, an iPhone is probably less secure than an Android, or like all those are kind of closed boxes where we don't know, okay, is it an Android that somebody installed themselves, or is it an Android that was installed by some vendor? And all of those decisions about what is more private and like deciding what device we consider more private or not seems to be very biased. Do you have any ideas how to tackle that issue of
Okay. Oh.
So the question was, there are a lot of bias when we want to assess privacy index because we have to make a lot of assumptions, and we have there are a lot of gray areas. We don't know something, and that's the issue. That's what it's difficult to calculate the privacy index, and really we don't know how to do it, but we want to do it step by step. So first we will measure what we can measure. So what we can definitely see when something comes or when, and we want to slightly gather more and more contributors and maybe proposal, maybe ideas, and to find how we can assess the kind of user case you you spoke about, and to see how we can handle this. And we think that we can't have just one metrics to measure the privacy index. We will need to balance between different metrics, and we think it may take years to build the privacy index. Yeah, because there is a lot of gray area, and it's very difficult. But that's why we are here, and we want to gather communities around this concept, because we need it. Time's up.
Time's up.
Thank you.
Désolé, je t'ai filé le truc.
Hein?
Désolé, je te l'ai refilé comme ça, mais...
Matrix. Who is the guy for Matrix? C'est qui présente Matrix? Non.
Oui.
J'imagine qu'il va arriver. J'avais une fois d'aller aux toilettes pendant pas autant de 5 minutes, on essaye de la parler. Ouais. On se t'inquiète. Au pire, on demande des lightning talk au pire.